At the start of the film, a conference is shown. There were two beauty experts and one female was named Laurel. They were talking about some beauty products like creams and soaps, etc. They were discussing the launching date of their new cream. The product ambassador was Laurel. Later, someone else was chosen as brand ambassador. It is decided that pictures of that girl would be displayed in the advertisement instead of Laurel. Laurel feels angry due to this, but she doesn't let it feel anyone as their cream was soon to be launched. Therefore, she doesn't say anything and stays quiet. Another beauty expert who was the company's owner scolds a girl named Patience in his office. She is the main character of the movie. He says that I spent a lot of money on making this cream. I don't want to launch my cream with your design box. You have time till 12 for this. Show me more god designs. You can resign if you stay unable to do this. Patience agrees with this deal. The next day, she gets busy making a new design of a box. Her eye catches a sigh of a cat, and she thinks that she's stuck here. She goes there to help her in setting free. Meanwhile, her own foot gets slipped. She saves herself by hanging on an AC in the wall. She gets stuck here and she was scared because she was hanging here. A detective named Tom looks at her and thinks that she's attempting suicide. He saves Patience safely. They talk a lot to each other there. Suddenly, Patience remembers that her boss gave her a task to do. Therefore, she leaves for office immediately. In a hurry, she drops her purse that Tom picks up. He follows Patience to her office. He meets Patience there and they talk for too long and become friends. They make a plan to go out for a dinner, and then Tom leaves. Patience produces that design after much hard work. Then she calls the assistant of her boss and says that she wants to send the design. He replies that he is on leave today, so better go yourself. Patience reaches the place where that cream was being produced. There was a scientist working on this cream. She tells some secrets about this cream. Beauty expert Laurel was also there. The scientist tells Laurel that the cream isn't fully prepared. It has many imperfections and we can't launch it now because it disfigures the face. Saying this, he shows some pictures to Laurel. It was shown that users can experience the worst side effects after using it. I don't want this to happen to people because I am a scientist who helps the people, not betrays the people. Therefore, we can't launch it for now. Patience also hears this, but then she gets hit with someone and that thing falls. Hearing the noise, both of them get understood that someone has listened to their talks. Patience runs to a tunnel to save herself. Laurel had seen Patience. She closes the main door of the tunnel and runs water there. Patience dies due to drowning in the water. His dead body goes into a river. Then a cat brings Patience out at the edge. There were many cats outside the river. Then a cat climbs up at Patience's dead body. It starts licking her, and the shape of her eye changes. Shockingly, Patience revives. It's something to think about that how did a cat revive Patience? Meanwhile, Patience feels that she is able to see distant things at near. She can easily look at the smallest objects. But ignoring everything, she gets up to go to her home because she had to submit that design to her boss before 12. But her boss fires her from her job for being late. She becomes sad thinking this, but she remembers Tom's. She had to go to dinner today, and she missed it. Therefore, she goes to Tom with a coffee cup with sorry written on it. They have coffee together, then they play basketball too. Here, Patience feels more energetic and powerful. The next day, Patience finds that cat in her house that she saved that day, threatening her life. She considers this cat the reason behind her more power. She takes out the belt from its neck and goes to meet its owner. There, she acknowledges that it isn't a normal cat, but it has the power to revive any dead person. Then Patience gets to know that this cat revived her after she died. Then Cat's owner gives her a mask and asks her to use her powers accurately. Then Patience comes home and her female friend calls her. She tells her everything about her relationship with Tom. Then Patience's friend gifts her a Catwoman costume. On the same night, the patient goes to meet Tom on a bike. She wears the same Catwoman dress that was given by her friend. But on the way, she sees some thieves looting a gold shop. Catwoman beats them black and blue and comes home with the jewelry. The next day, when she looks at it, she realizes that she shouldn't have brought this with her. She has done wrong. She puts all the jewelry in an envelope except a necklace, writing sorry on it. She leaves it to a police station. Then she goes to her female friend. She gets to know that beauty experts are going to launch that flawed cream. She goes to that place where that cream was being made. She wears her mask and Catwoman costume this time. She finds Laurel's scientist's dead body on the floor. This was the scientist who worked on the cream. Then a guard comes there and thinks that Patience killed the scientist. So that guard rings the alarm. All other guards come there and consider Patience a killer. Somehow, Catwoman goes to Laurel by saving herself. She tells her that the other beauty expert wants to launch the cream in spite of being flawed. While talking, she realizes that Laurel is also against them because she wanted to take revenge, as someone else was made ambassador at her place. They make a plan to collect evidence to make them get caught red-handed. Laurel gives a cell phone to Patience so that they can stay in touch with each other in order to talk. When Tom is at work, he looks at the coffee can given by Patience with sorry written on it. Then he looks at the word sorry written on that jewelry envelope. He matches both of the handwriting. Tom starts doubting Patience that she stole. Therefore, she sent this sorry envelope. Tom goes to meet her. They spend a lot of time together and talk much. At night, when she's asleep, Tom steals a glass and takes it with him. After some time, her cell phone starts ringing. It was Laurel's call. Patience receives the call. Laurel tells her that she has collected pieces of evidence against the other beauty expert. Due to this, he'll get punished. Laurel goes to Precious to see the evidence. She comes in Catwoman costume this time too. Laurel says that you'll find all the evidence behind the sofa. Patience goes to look behind the sofa immediately. She sees the dead body of that other beauty expert. Looking at his body, it seems some cat killed him. Laurel says that she knows that cream is still deficient and has many side effects. Still, I want to launch it myself because I want money. My success and wealth are important to me, nothing else. I know that you heard us talking that day. I also know that you won't let this cream get launched. Therefore, I couldn't ignore or leave you alone. You'll go to jail and accused of killing this beauty expert. Saying this, Laurel turns on the house's alarm and all the guards come there. They start shooting Patience. Patience was running to save herself, but suddenly she encounters Tom. She fights with Tom and goes near him to distract him, and then runs away availing the chance. Afterward, Tom comes into the lab immediately. He matches the lip print both on the glass and in his face. He sees that both are the same. Tom had gotten the pieces of evidence against Patience here. Therefore, he arrests Patience. Here, Patience accepts that she's a Catwoman. She says that she didn't kill the scientist or that beauty expert, but Tom locks her up in the jail as her writing and lip prints were the same. The next night, we see that in the cell where Patience was, there comes a cat. Patience recognizes it immediately, that it was the one that revived me. She sees the cat coming inside through rods. Patience thinks that if this cat can come inside through these rods, I can also go outside through these. Therefore, Patience also goes outside the cell through rods like that cat. From here, she goes to Laurel. She was about to launch the cream. Patience stops her from doing this, but Laurel doesn't agree. Both get into a bad conversation. Tom was also there to seize Patience. He had heard their conversation. He gets the whole story that Patience is wrong, but Laurel is. Laurel and Patience get into a huge fight. Meanwhile, Laurel falls off the building and she dies immediately. Tom also comes there. He says that if we see from the world's eyes, Laurel got killed by Catwoman, he won't get the blame for it, as Patience is still in jail. Patience gets the whole thing. She goes to her cell again. Everyone thought that Laurel was killed by the Catwoman because that night, Patience was in the cell and she is set free after she's proved innocent. Here the movie ends. Thank you for watching.